Outside the Beltway with John Fredericks. Talking to Americans outside of Washington, in the heartland, in our cities, and in our communities. About what matters to them. Outside the Beltway with John Fredericks starts now.
You're back on Outside the Beltway. I'm John Fredericks, and I am your Godzilla of the truth in America, your oracle of the deplorables, and thanks for being with us. We're rocking and rolling. Thank you so much, and we appreciate you. Okay, let's get back to Killer Call. Before we do that, though, we're live in Indianapolis, Indiana. We got to get this redistricting done. This is absolutely critical. Now, the math is simple. Every dollar we waste on unnecessary federal supervision is a dollar we can't use to fight violent crime. The Safer Supervision Act cuts bureaucratic waste and frees up law enforcement resources to protect families from serious threats. Law enforcement officers across the country and Republicans in Congress agree. This is a smarter way to improve public safety. Got to stop the waste, protect our communities, right? Fix federal supervision. Visit safersupervision.com to help, safersupervision.com to help. This has been paid for by the Reform Action Fund, So let's get back to our callers. We're live in Indianapolis, Indiana, talking about this J6 hoax again and what has gone on with this pipe bomber. Killer Carl with us. Don't forget, Killer Call's show every Saturday, 7 to 8 a.m. live. That's the Killer Call show across the John Fredericks Media Network, all our TV channels and everything else. Killer Call 7 to 8 on Saturday. Godzilla wins 9/11 on Saturday. Don't want to miss that this week. And we got so much going on, so much fun stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. Just tune us in there. Let's get back to Killer Carl. Carl, this pipe bomber, the nonsense going on, shed a little light onto this. We're going to open up to our other callers, 888-480-JOHN, 888-480-5646. Weigh in.
It just doesn't make any sense to me. And for Dan to get up there, and I have a lot of respect for Dan, don't get me wrong, but for him to get up there and say that he was paid as an opinion guy and now he's paid to do investigation, Dan knows this. He was a Secret Service agent, and all the things I just called into question, he called into question, right? And none of it made any sense to it. None of it passed the smell test, right? So you just can't get up there on Fox News and do a 180 and go, well, we did the investigation. And you have Kash Patel standing up there next to Pam Bondi, and he looks like a deer caught in headlights. He looks very uncomfortable. And just none of it makes any sense to me, John. And you gotta say to yourself, why? Why? I get it. They want to give us wins. They want us to feel like justice is being done to move on from this. And maybe there's an element of everybody that just wants to put this behind us. But it's like I said from the beginning, if legitimate people aren't held accountable for what happened to the American people on January 6th and during COVID and with the stolen election of 2020, the election was stolen. It might not have been servers on the moon, but it was governors changing election laws in the middle of the night unconstitutionally, like they did here in Pennsylvania, using mail-in ballots.
Ballot stuffing, mail-out ballots to non-registered voters, wrong households, putting 50, 100 them in a box at a time. Theirs was a fraud. The election was stolen. Nobody changed algorithms in a machine. That is talk about a hoax. That is a complete hoax. People on our side, Carl, have made millions of dollars in spreading that. And here's what it's done. It's hurt us. It's hurt us winning elections because we have a segment of our base that refuses to vote early and get involved because of clickbaiters telling us, there's gun battles in Madrid, servers on the moon, algorithms are getting changed, all this. It was all nonsense. None of it has been proven one time. All the fraud was with paper on the ground. That's why we still got 30,000 fake ballots sitting in a warehouse in Atlanta. Nobody changed a machine. But that doesn't, and that's just a fact. So let's stop the nonsense. But you're right.
And
we got to bring these people accountable. And then you go back to J6, and now we're finding out we still don't know to this day why there were so many agents there, who were infiltrators, what was their objective, what were their orders, why did the National Guard go in? I mean, as I live now in D.C., I'm getting familiar with the laws, the budget, and everything else. Why didn't Bowser send in that? Trump wanted the National Guard in there. They send them in. None of this happens. Why?
Why did Pelosi reject it? And the other question is, you brought up Atlanta and those ballots sitting there in a warehouse. They were subpoenaed by the DOJ, right? Why aren't they raiding that building? And why aren't they throwing those election officials that are blocking those ballots from being in the hands of people that can do a forensic audit? Why aren't they throwing those people in jail? Exactly what they did to Stephen Bannon and Peter Navarro. You see, that's the thing. That's what's going to suppress the vote come the midterms, is if we don't start seeing action done on this. Your low propensity voter, the voter that came out for Donald Trump, right, that wants justice. There's an element of people that want justice. There's an element of people that want Trump to focus on domestic issues like that, like the economy, like making the country better for young people, housing affordable. These are things we all have to focus on now, and we got to stop. We got to stop with the just doing things to satisfy people. We got to get real justice here. And I don't know. I'm not buying the pipe bomber thing, and I don't want to be the conspiracy theory guy. But none of it makes sense.
Whoa! You say you're not buying it. Buying what?
I'm not buying that this kid acted alone.
I see.
I'm not buying 100% that it was this kid, because there's a couple of reasons, and I just laid them out. You got Steve Baker from The Blaze coming out weeks ago, fingering this young lady that worked for the Capitol Police, right?
Right.
And then a couple of weeks later, you have all of a sudden a break in the case. It's this kid now, right? And he's the one that did it. And there's people out there saying, well, his family was a radical, and he sued the Trump administration. Listen, I'm not saying this kid wasn't a radical. I'm not saying that. It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense that exactly what I just laid out. You had the Secret Service sitting there. You had some random guy, which I believe was a an off-duty Capitol Police officer, come up and notice this pipe bomb. Everybody can go and watch this video.
We already went over that. You already told that story. You got an hour tomorrow to do that. But I agree with you that we got to now get to the bottom of this. But we got to focus on the economy. We had another day yesterday, all foreign affairs, guys coming in from Africa. It's another day of nothing but foreign affairs, nothing but settling another war. That's nice. Great job. Peace. Yay. I want to fix the economy now. I want to get prices down now. I want to focus on jobs and growth now. I get the pipe bomb. I get J6. I get accountability. I get Angola. I get this. But we got to fix the economy. If we're going to win and not end this presidency, the fact that we're meeting with the Angola president, whoever's there yesterday, again, another entire day at the White House, another entire day on foreign policy, right? We got foreign policy or we got tech giants. You know what I want to see in there? Union workers getting jobs, right? What are we going to do to fix the economy? How are we going to get another rate cut? How are we going to make housing affordable? What are we going to do with the Obamacare subsidies expiring in 3 weeks? Carl, if we don't get on top of this right now, we are going to lose, no matter what happens in Indiana. And this mantra has got to go forward. We got to fix the economy, and we got to do it now. Carl.
100% domestic. We need to make things affordable again. That's exactly what it comes down to. We need to make housing affordable for young people. We need to I agree with you on the H-1B visas. I believe right now at this point in time, Trump should pause all immigration into the country. H-1B visa immigration, any immigration into this country. We need to focus on the American worker, the American youth, and restoring the American dream to young people. That's how we save this country. That's how we save capitalism.
All right. Killer Carl, he'll be live tomorrow, 7 to 8 a.m., right out of our John Fredericks Media Network. Godzilla wins tomorrow, 9 to 11. We're live in Indianapolis. And, we got to get this. We got a lot on our plate. First order of business, get the redistricting passed in Indiana. We need 5 votes of Republicans in the state Senate out of 20. We already got 20. We need 5 more. Light the phones up like a pinball machine on Christmas Day. I'll be right back. Stay with us.